Police confirmed that 7 people have been shot dead at the notorious Glebelands Hostel in Umlazi in Durban. The shooting happened in the early hours of this morning. Motive? Unknown. For an update now, we're joined from KZN Durban by police spokesperson Jay Naicker, who joins us virtually from there. Jay, we do understand this is a very fluid time after this crime was committed. What can you tell us about what you understand at this stage happened at Glebelands Hostel?
Hi, Marcel. From the police at Umlazi, the initial reports that was given to us indicated that at around 2:45 this morning, there were 9 men who we are told are friends, the age between 20 and 40 years of age. They were sitting in one of the rooms at the hostel, and we were told that they were consuming alcohol at that stage. Whilst they were enjoying themselves, unknown gunmen then entered the room and opened fire on all 9 of them, shooting at them quite indiscriminately. 7 of them passed away of the 9, and 2 were critically injured and taken to hospital for treatment. And as you indicated, for now it's a bit early. We're not getting an indication of what the possible motive could be.
Do we have an understanding of how many gunmen you're in search of at this time?
The initial reports indicated that there were 3 gunmen.
3 gunmen. And do we know who the call came from in terms of when this incident happened? And what was it like for the police arriving at Glebelands Hostel to try and get to the point of knowing what exactly had gone down there?
Yeah, as we indicated, residents of the hostel contacted police as they were quite obviously shocked, when they heard the gunshots going off, and to find 7 people dead, 2 critically injured. Police from Umlazi initially attended to the incident, and when we realized it was a multiple murder, then we dispatched the provincial task team that has been established to probe the multiple murders in KZN.
As we always say, we call Glebelands Hostel infamous and notorious, but many South Africans won't really know about the geographic setup, about where Glebelands Hostel actually is. How easy or difficult is it to gain access to the hostel and then to leave the area, especially at that time of the night?
There should be one access point at the hostel, the main gate, but we find over the years that people break down the fences and to make access and ingress in and out movement quite easy for them, and that's been a challenge that was addressed over the period. As you indicated, at one stage Glebelands became quite notorious when we had a spate of killings due to infighting between different groups at the hostel. But that matter was resolved, and it's been quiet for a while, and that was followed by the recent conviction of the Glebelands 8, the notorious 8 that were behind these attacks.
I was just about to ask you, but I was waiting for you to correct me if I'm wrong, that it had been quite quiet with regards to any news of any violence in Glebelands Hostel, because the emphasis was so much on that court case, and indeed there was an inquiry, I remember, a few years behind that. This would be seen as a setback from a law enforcement point of view, because would there have been the hope that finally law enforcement authorities had gotten to grips with the crime and violence problem coming in and out of Glebelands Hostel?
Yes, we were quite pleased. As I indicated, it was a long investigation and very challenging because of the fact that people initially were scared to come forward. A number of witnesses or people that had information of what was going on were also killed during that process. And it took a lot of convincing from police and other role players to get people to come forward, put them into the witness protection program. And finally, when we had sufficient evidence, we were able to arrest those behind those attacks, and as I said, just recently they were convicted in court, and as you indicated, this can be seen as a setback. We are not sure of the motive. It just could be just a random incident, and we hope it is. For now, it's not very clear because we don't have a motive for this killing.
Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Police spokesperson Jay Naicker joining us virtually from there in Durban. News coming through this morning of seven people killed, 2 others injured in a deadly shooting incident at Glebelands Hostel around 3 o'clock this morning. 3 gunmen on the loose, and police are still in pursuit.